Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Pick Up the Truth. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Now, tonight I'd like to discuss a pamphlet I received in the mail a couple days ago. And it says it's sent from 372 Hilton Road, Ferndale, Michigan, 48220. But it has no sender name. But the strange thing is, on the postmark on the right hand side of the envelope, it says it's mailed from zip code 20708. And in a moment, we're going to take a look at where that's from. But it also says pre sorted first class paid United States mail. And it has a permit number 6456. So it seems like it's sent by some kind of governmental agency. It's already paid for, pre-sorted first class mail. But we're going to take a look at the zip code and see where it says it was sent from anyway. You know, with the government, we can never really trust what they say. But we're going to investigate anyway and see what we come up with. So, come on. Now, it says this letter originated from Montpelier, Maryland, which is close to Washington, D.C. It's kind of in between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. And looks like it's closer to Washington, D.C. But anyway, this pamphlet that was sent to me could have originated from some kind of governmental agency. But that's just an assumption. But all signs point to that anyway. But we're going to see what this pamphlet of brainwashing has for us, so let's get in it. Now, the pamphlet starts out addressing me by my legal name, so most of the time, after learning truth, I try not to associate my true identity, my truthful identity, as my legal name, because my legal name, as I know in truth now, enslaves me. By the Masonic numbers they can enslave me and control me by, such as Social Security number, birth date, driver's license number, whatever number they can create to control us by. They'll do what they can to enslave us in this system. Now, instead of thinking of myself as these labels they put on me, such as my legal name or my legal numbers that they enslave me with, I'll take that personal power they have over me, take it away, and give it back to myself, because I believe in myself as what I truly am, and that's a natural brother in creation that was created to live on the land that was created for me and you freely. And that may sound crazy, but it's true. And it takes most of the power they have over you mentally and gives it back to you. Okay, because they control us with a lot of these deceptions they get us to believe in. And this comes back to putting belief in yourself and who you naturally and truly are, giving that power that they have over you back to you, which is where it belongs. Now, this letter goes on to say, I'm a working American member, writing to others during these public health, economic, and societal crises. Okay? Now, already we can see that the information in this pamphlet wants us to believe that we're an American, which labels us. Okay? It takes the natural authority, the natural power that we have to believe in ourselves and that the land that was created for us was meant for us to freely live and exist on. And it gets us to name ourselves, to label ourselves the name that they created to steal that land with. Ingenious, They not only steal our natural land and resources, but they name that land and they take our power away with that name. And they get you to believe that you're a working American, but actually you're enslaved to work and to be the name they enslave you under. It's crazy, the name and numbers they enslave us under. All of them are unnatural deceptions that they control us and make us the person they want us to be. We're no longer the people we were naturally created to be. We've given our free will away. We've given our identities, our natural identities away. And we've accepted the names that they've given us. These deceptive names, unnatural names. And it goes on to say, no matter our race, background, or zip code, most of us want our families to be whole and our communities healthy. But we're all being hit by this pandemic through job loss or as frontline workers or caring for family members or community. And see, this is how they get us to believe in the deception they created for us with the COVID-19. The COVID-19 has been nothing but a deception this entire time, but it's caused real things in each of our lives and each of our family members and friends' lives because they choose to believe in this deception that doesn't really exist. But it causes real things to manifest. It causes the job loss to manifest because of the fear in the COVID deception. And the fear they create in us because of this deception, that's real control of our actions and our emotions. And you can see how a deception can do that. And it also gets you to think of yourself as a frontline worker, Instead of thinking of yourself as what you really are, you're a slave in a system that controls you. But more so, what you truly naturally are is a natural brother or sister in creation that has been deceived and that has had their freedom taken away. Now, it goes on to say, my father-in-law caught COVID-19 but has no health insurance. His test was free, but any medical bills wouldn't be. So we were so worried he'd end up in the hospital, but not just because that's scary. You see how they're trying to get you to have fear for the deception of the COVID-19. And this is how they get us to believe in many things that aren't real, many things that aren't true. And it goes on to say, we're so worried he'd end up in the hospital, not just because that's scary, but because of the bill. It gets them to worry about the money that they control them with, the money that they're forced to survive by, because they've stole our land and resources, and they've given us no choice. So they control us on the monthly calendar. They schedule our lives in, and they give us these bills, these systems they created for us. They're all deceptions, unnatural system of deceptions that they enslave us in, and we don't see them truthfully because we believe in the lies that make us the people they want us to be. So we can't see them truthfully as what they are. It's our enslavement in this unnatural world. We've given our freedom to these people who enslave us in this system. And they make us believe these things they control us with. So, this is how they get us to believe in the things they create for us, these unnatural things, instead of believing in ourselves, which we need to start doing more of, believing in yourself. Not the unnatural name they created for you in this system that enslaves you, but believe in who you naturally are. And let's get back to the pamphlet. It goes on to try as hard as it might to instill fear into us from this COVID-19 health deception it wants us to believe in. It goes on to say, as well, my mom has compromised immune system from chemo, which is another way they control us in their health system by creating these diseases and contaminating us with them, and then creating these temporary solutions that siphon the money they enslave us with for the rest of our lives. It's a vicious system of deception. Another vicious system of deception they control our actions with and make us the people they want us to be. They get us to believe in the diseases they make us believe in, so we can get temporary solutions that never really work, but manage to cycle the money we're enslaved to cycle every month on that calendar we're scheduled on. But let's continue. It goes on to say, my family and I are all going out of our way to make sure she doesn't have to leave the house, because we're terrified she will contract the virus. And now they're trying to instill more fear in you from leaving your house. They want you to stay in your house. They want you to be programmed to stay in your house. And They'll instill that fear from the deception they want you to believe in. Don't believe in it, guys. And it goes on to say, I know my family isn't alone with stories and worries like these. Yeah. Because they've gotten so many people to believe in the deception of this COVID-19. They've been successful at making these people be the people they want them to be. They've manifested their intentions through people's actions from the deception that they get them to believe in. And this is how they control us in everything they do. They get us to believe in the world we were born in. They get us to believe in the systems they created to enslave us. And they control us through each of those beliefs. And this goes on to say, that's why we need to hold office holders accountable to helping families like ours bridge the gap until we're safe to resume daily activities. Getting you to further believe in the deception of COVID to the point to where you will restrict your daily activities. You see how deep the fear goes in controlling your actions. And it goes on to say, how is the crisis affecting you and your family? Text HEALTH 2020 to 30644 and share your experience. We'll also share useful information about staying safe and applying for benefits. So see, they're bribing you with information about applying for benefits so they can help you in the system they enslave and deceive you in. But in return, they want your information. But they want you to share your experience of how the deception of COVID has affected you and your family. So I imagine this is just a way, and this is just an assumption of mine, but it seems like it's pointing to that. They want to gauge on how many brothers and sisters are being affected by this deception. They want to see who's buying into the mind control and who's not. It's probably a way to gauge who's complying. But that's an assumption. It's a good one, but if anyone else has any other ideas of why they would be spreading this information, leave a comment below. And it also goes on to say we need to join together and fight for a response that puts our needs ahead of corporations. Now, they're trying to promote people joining together in the deception they control your actions with. And they claim they want to fight for a response that puts our needs ahead of corporations. It's all a deception, people. I recommend not texting the number. I recommend not giving them the information. I recommend not believing in the deception of COVID-19 that they control your actions with. You can see what it really does to people. What it really does to people, even though we may not believe in it, and even though it doesn't control our actions, we can see what it really does. And we can see how it affects our loved ones and our friends around us. The deception that controls us is real, guys. We can't pretend like we don't see it any longer. If you have any hopes of wanting to free yourself from it, we have to stop being consumed by the ways they control us. I love you guys, and take care of yourself out there. Stay safe.